Do you own a camper that didn't come with a TV antenna? Or maybe your camper has an antenna but you can't pick up any channels? Well, I'm going to share with you an antenna that we found that solved our problem, and it might just solve your problem too. That's coming up in this episode of Travels with Delaney. Welcome back, everyone. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell right beside of it. That little bell, that just makes sure that you get notifications each time we upload a new video. We upload a new video every Monday, and sometimes we upload extra videos throughout the week. So we don't want you to miss any of them. We'd love to have you be a part of our Travels with Delaney caravan, and it's absolutely free. All right, on to this week's topic. So when we bought our new Camp Tab 400, it came with a TV, it came with a place to plug into cable outside, but what it did not include was an installed antenna. Now, I believe the reason they don't install an antenna on the Tabs is mainly because they want to keep the profile of the roof low. But if you're going to have a TV, there's a pretty good chance you might want an antenna. Now, primarily what we use an antenna for is we like to get the local news and weather when we're traveling. It tells us what's going on and what to expect coming up with the weather. So I was looking for something that was portable, that was small, and that would bring in channels. Because the issue we had with our prior two trailers was they came with an installed omnidirectional antenna, but because of where they were located, right beside of the rooftop AC, we hardly ever could pick up TV stations with them, and you may be experiencing that same problem. So I just happened to be over at one of our subscribers, Lou's channel. His channel is RV Habit. Make sure you check it out. He has some great videos. But thanks to Lou, he was doing a review a while back on this particular product. And I was so impressed by his review that I decided to order one myself. Now, I purchased this on Amazon for under $90 and did receive the free 2-day shipping with our Prime membership. And what's in this bag is the King Omnidirectional portable TV antenna. And everything that I'm going to show you was included in that price for under $90. So let's just start with, it comes with a carrying case. It's a nice, soft-sided, padded carrying case. It has a handle on top, even comes with a shoulder strap. I love it because it keeps everything contained and it doesn't take up a lot of space in the outdoor storage of our trailer. Inside the case, you're going to find, first off, the antenna. And this is the antenna. You can see how small it is, really narrow, but it is an omnidirectional antenna, so you just set it out. You don't have to try to aim it towards wherever the TV signal's coming from. It takes care of that for you. They also include in the price 25 foot of coax cable. So that gives you a lot of room to move that antenna out into the open. For instance, if you're back here in woods like we are, you may be able to move it around and find a place to get a signal. There's two ways that you can then, quote, mount your antenna for use. The first is they include this magnetic mount with a rubber bottom, and you could use this to set on your automobile, for instance, or your tow vehicle. When we stay at Walmart's overnight, if I want to catch the local news or weather in the evening, I'll actually just use this. I'll just set this magnetic mount on the top of the 4Runner, attach the antenna to it, and run the coax back to the port. What I like about it is it's not obvious. I'm not setting it out in the parking lot. It just looks like it's part of our vehicle. And that particular mount is included. Well, if we're at a campground and I don't want it mounted to the 4Runner because, well, obviously we go places in our 4Runner, then I'm going to use the included tripod. Yes, this small thing here is actually a tripod for the antenna. It uses the same type of poles that you would see in a tent. They're spring corded. It just snaps into place very quickly. And you have yourself a little tripod, and the antenna sits right on the top. So that is included. They also include a power booster to help increase the chance of you finding channels, and I already have that installed. I just keep that permanently installed inside the trailer. What I did was I installed the incoming coax to the TV, inserted the power booster, and then plugged it back into the TV. It does require power. Now, we have an inverter in the Tab 400, so I just plug it into either the regular outlet or I can plug it into the inverter outlet. But let's say you don't have an inverter. Well, don't worry. They also include a 12-volt plug if you want to plug it into a cigarette lighter to go ahead and boost for channel service. So all of that is included, and again, this carrying case is a nice carrying case. Even has things like little mesh pouch on the side. There's a pouch up top that you can stick stuff in. All of this is included for under $90. So the real question is, does it work? Well, I'll tell you what, let's get set up and we'll go in and check it out. I can tell you that right now with no antenna, we don't get any service. And where we live, honestly, we have a hard time getting TV service with our big antenna. We're approximately 60 miles from the Fort Wayne market, which is the TV market that services us. And we're kind of down in a valley in the woods. So that is the real test for the King Omnidirectional portable antenna. So let's go set it up. All right, let's go ahead and get this set up. So we already have the tripod together, which really doesn't take much because, again, it uses the corded poles like you'd find on a tent. You just take your antenna and it just sets right on top, and there is a groove and it'll fit right down in and lock into place. Now there are a couple screws that you can tighten if you want, and I usually just tighten those just a little bit to help hold it in place. And then all we have to do is plug our cable in to the side of our trailer. We're inside the Tab 400 now, and here's the TV. And I want to show you where I installed that little power booster, and this is what they send you. And you can see that it basically just has a place to plug in your incoming line and then out to your TV. And then there's the other line, which is the power line, where you plug into your electrical outlet, or you can change that out for that 12 volt that I showed you. All right, let's go ahead and get the TV on. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do when we hook up our antenna is we need to do a channel scan. So every time you go to a different location, you are going to need to do that scan because it's going to hold the channels from wherever you were the previous time you used the antenna. And if it's not the same location, then we have to do a rescan. So I'm going to go ahead and do the channel scan. I want to pay particular attention on my menu. I want to make sure that it says air. Air is what we want to set it to for the antenna. Now, if we were plugging into, let's say, cable in an RV park, then we would change that setting. But for the antenna, we want it set to air, and then I'm just going to do an auto scan. Now, understand, depending on the TV and the brand you have, this auto scan may take a little while. So through the magic of video editing, I'm going to go ahead right now and we're going to fast forward to the point where the channel scan is done. So meet me right around the other side. All right, our channel scan is done and we're actually picking up several channels here. Now remember, I'm at Tall Pine Lodge, our home, which is about 60 miles from the local TV market, and we struggle to get TV channels with a big home antenna inside. With our King Omnidirectional portable antenna, currently I'm pulling in the local CBS affiliate, and that they actually have 4 channels. We are getting our ABC affiliate, we are getting our NBC affiliate, and then we're getting all of their additional channels between those two. What I was really shocked after I did the scan was I was actually pulling in some signal for our local Fox affiliate. Now inside I can never get anything with the Fox affiliate. And so here you can see Fox is at least coming in, it's tiling, it's not a 100% signal, but the King Omnidirectional is actually doing a better job than the $250 antenna that we have installed on the house as far as pulling in the Fox signal. So even though we probably wouldn't sit out here and watch it because it's not a totally clear picture, it does show me that for under $100, the omnidirectional is doing a really good job. And like I said, we're getting all of our ABC, NBC, and CBS affiliates with this, and that's about all you can get where we live. So, really impressed with the King omnidirectional portable antenna. It's now an antenna that we can carry with us. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but it will do what we want it to do. And if you're in a trailer, like I said, that maybe has been struggling with your antenna to even pick up any channels, it might be something you want to consider. When you look at the reviews on Amazon, you'll see overall it gets great reviews. There have been some negative reviews like any product where people claim that they've had issues. So maybe it just depends on where you're at. You know, I think sometimes people have unrealistic expectations. You know, I realize that if we're, you know, out west deep in the wilderness, we're probably not going to pick up anything just because of where we're located in really woodsy mountain areas. On the other hand, though, when we were traveling to Texas, we were able, for instance, in Denton, Texas, to get 54 channels. And in Waco, I believe we had over 30 channels. So understand its limitations, but it might be a solution for you. All right, if you have any questions or comments, check them out down below. And like I said before, I recommend you head on over to RV Habits channel and check out Lou's review of it. He'll give you a little bit more information, and he also runs his own test to show you the big difference with it. So until next time, everybody, we'll see you on down the road. Good night.